Hi, I'm Eric D'Amato.
And I'm a weirdo. And I'm a freak. I'm a weirdo.
And what we're going to do now is spin the wheel
of mind breaking. Yay.
And today we get
Juan of the Dead.
Juan of the Dead. Juan of the Dead. Okay.
Juan of the Dead.
Let's find the description.
But what about Juan? Where's Juan of the Dead?
Juan of the Dead is... A group of slackers face an army of zombies. The Cuban government and media claim the living dead are dissidents revolting against the government.
Wow.
So, we have an interesting situation here. We have Juan of the Dead, which sounds like it's a parody of Shaun of the Dead, which itself is a parody of Dawn of the Dead.
Yes. So it's a parody within a parody.
Yeah.
My God.
Bees.
This is amazing.
My God.
Bees. My God.
A ver si no te dan ganas de irte remando a Miami.
Yo soy un sobreviviente. Sobreviví a Mariel, sobreviví al periodo especial y a la cosa esta que vino después. Este es el paraíso y nada lo va a cambiar.
Nota oficial. En estos días han sucedido algunas alteraciones de la disciplina social causados por grupúsculos de disidentes pagados por el gobierno de los Estados Unidos.
Este no es un disidente.
Vampiros.
Esos no son americanos, viejo.
Deben dar.
Juan de los muertos, matamos a sus seres queridos. ¿En qué puedo servirle? Los disidentes son lentos. Por lo menos eso está a nuestro favor.
Y al parecer aguantan mucho el dolor. Me parece que están drogados.
Qué bonito paisaje, ¿no?
Sí, es una lástima que ese edificio nos tape la puesta de sol.
Well, then.
Juan. My name is Juan.
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 Juan of the Dead.
Juan of the Dead.
How do we even talk about this, man?
Honestly, I have no idea. Like, this...
Well, we start out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
with two losers fishing, and they're talking about, like, hey,
well,
man...
it starts off as, like, just one guy just laying on the thing.
Yeah.
And then his friend comes up from the water with a snorkel.
And a sniper rifle.
And a sniper
Sorry,
rifle.
harpoon gun.
Harpoon gun, yeah. That he uses through the entire movie, actually. Like,
To do horrible things.
horrible things.
And...
two
like,
innocent men ended up dead.
They're talking on the boat, and they're like, hey, man, you want to go to Miami? No, I have to work.
Yep.
And then a zombie comes out of the water, so they shoot it in the brain and promise not to tell anyone.
Yeah, it just comes up from the water like just this floating dead body, and it like lifts its head up about to bite Juan, and his friend just shoots it in the head with a harpoon gun, like on instinct. And they're like, okay, well, let's not talk about this. Let's just go back to the island.
So they go back to Cuba.
Yep.
And
where we basically see a day in the life of Juan.
He tries to see his daughter, but his ex-mother-in-law won't let him. He has sex with his neighbor.
Yep.
About 4 times.
And he drinks multiple times.
Drinks a lot of rum.
He just drinks rum.
Hangs out with his friend, and his friend's son tries to score with white chicks, white tourist chicks.
Yep.
They steal car stereos, and we have a meeting of the. No, yeah, we have a meeting of the.
What is it?
Shit, we meet his neighbor first, the old woman. Not the one he fucks.
Yeah, the other one.
The Yella.
Yeah, the old lady there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And helps her out of the elevator, because the elevator stops all the time.
Yep. She comes in later on, actually, like in a little bit.
But not a lot that's really important happens.
Yeah.
Until we get to the meeting of like the Home Defense Force.
Yeah, and they're basically just
and we meet
about,
our cast of zombie hunters of the movie.
Yeah.
We have Juan's friend, a massive fucking black man.
That black guy was awesome though, like
with a Mike Tyson tattoo.
Yeah, he's got a face tattoo, and he looks like the hardest motherfucker in the world. But the second
huge,
he's fucking jacked. The
and
second
then
he
we
sees
have
blood, though,
and then we have a cross-dresser.
Oh yeah, but he doesn't really do too much. He manages to shoot a couple of zombies with like a slingshot, but like aside from that, doesn't really do all that much.
So
if
they're
anything,
at the meeting,
he's like one of the more annoying characters.
Yeah, so they're at the meeting, and then because it's hi, Mario can't be with us today because he's not feeling well, so I'm going to be doing the talking.
Yeah,
and then suddenly Mario bursts through the door and he's a zombie.
Yep.
But no one seems to know, and the news, and he eats all the people.
He bites
everyone.
Yeah.
And then the news says, "Oh, it's been happening in other neighborhoods around the place." So it's like, "Oh, it's they're political dissidents."
Yep.
Totally, that's what they are.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of, but back to the black guy, the big like massive fuck offy black guy.
He faints at the sight of blood.
Yes, he does, and he does it a lot in this movie. That's why he goes around fighting zombies later on with a fucking blindfold.
Yep.
And he's actually really good and survives the most of the movie with this blindfold on.
And so it's the next day. It's the next day.
Yeah.
Apparently, no one noticed the zombies.
No, they're trying to cover it up. Like it's on the news and stuff, but they're yeah.
But not as much of an outbreak as you usually have by this point in the zombie.
It's not really that big of an outbreak at this point. It's just sort of like, okay, like a couple of zombies are out on the streets and stuff. Like some of them are biting people, but like for the most part, it's sort of spread out. It's kind of contained. Well, like it's like spread out, but like it's not like
it's not concentrated.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no concentration of zombies.
Yeah, exactly. It's just sort of like random happenings.
Then Yaya asks Juan to help with her husband because she thinks he might be dead.
Yeah, which they go to her apartment, and it's literally like as soon as you open the door, it is literally just an old man in a chair.
And if you've never seen a zombie movie, like this can't be good.
Yeah, it's really not a good thing. This old guy's in the chair. He's just sitting there. Juan checks his pulse. He's not breathing.
And then he wakes up and like, okay, he's fine. And then
he
looks back, looks to Yaya. Hey, when's the last time he walked? Oh, about 4 or 5 years ago. Oh, well. It's a miracle.
Now.
I don't think it's a miracle. So he's a zombie.
Not.
So they try to kill him.
Yeah.
Calls his friend in.
He calls all of his friends from his apartment. Like he tells the old lady to call his friends from the apartment, and she sits down in the chair there and just complains about things. And then they get the harpoon gun and they try to shoot him, but they miss. And no, they shot him, but
they don't shoot him in the head.
Yeah,
it goes through his stomach into the woman's stomach. It's like, we need a harpoon gun. These are strong fucking things, man.
It just goes straight through the guy's chest into the old lady. I'm like just watching this fucking.
But the thing is, they don't
baffled.
But it gets better because what is he? Maybe he's a vampire. So there's some garlic in his mouth.
Yeah, they're just going down the list like
shit. The garlic's not working.
maybe he's a werewolf. Maybe we need silver bullets.
Let's
grab a cross.
They grab a stake. They put it in his heart. Doesn't do anything. They put 3 more stakes in him. Doesn't do anything.
Yeah. They grab a cross. And they start
before that. Maybe we should use silver bullets. Do you have anything that can use the bullets? Do you even have any silver?
No.
Shut up. So they
grab the cross,
and because I think he's possessed, and they say "fuck you, devil" at him.
"Fuck you, devil" is like the greatest.
They hit him in the face with the cross, and he falls over. So they cut him up and put him in a dumpster.
Yeah,
and he keeps Jack in the boxing out of the dumpster.
And they just start bashing in the fucking dumpster's lid like up and down.
Oh, the entire movie's in Spanish, by the way.
Yeah, we watched the whole thing with like subtitles and stuff.
So
there's
it's a
one
foreign
English character in it, though.
It's
Well,
a
no,
foreign-
actually, there's 2 characters that speak English in this movie.
Yeah, one's the transsexual black woman.
Yeah,
Very-
well, no, not transsexual, just like cross-dressing black guy.
Transvestite black guy.
Well, Cuban guy, whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's the other guy who is basically he looks like an old version of a friend of ours. He carries around a sword and glasses, and I think is he American?
He's a Italian priest,
Italian priest, yeah. And he kicks ass for the Lord.
which is actually a reference to but we're not there yet, the Peter Jackson classic Dead Alive,
Yeah, I kick ass for the Lord.
which we might look at one day, but it's a legitimately good movie.
But yeah, he uses a sword, and he has.
But
like,
that's
a souped-up
that's
truck
way
and
way
everything.
later.
But yeah, we'll get to that eventually.
So they put him, and then zombie outbreak continues to happen.
Mhm.
They Juan rescues his daughter,
Yeah.
and they're holed up on a roof, and they get an idea. Why do I have an idea? Let's charge people to kill the zombies, and they basically make a zombie extermination service.
Yeah, which is a fun little thought. It's kind of like Ghostbusters a little bit. It's kind of like, oh, hey, we have this huge problem that's affecting our entire city. Let's start charging people for it, and
Who you gonna
because we're
call?
like the best that we can.
Juan of the
the
Dead.
best at what we do.
So they arm up. Juan's friend gets a pair of machetes.
Yep, which is a really good weapon.
Black-
Juan just straight up uses.
He uses an oar and nunchucks.
Yeah,
But he only uses the nunchucks twice.
I uses the nunchucks quite a few times. He uses them maybe about, I'd say, 5-6 times in the movie. A little. Like he sprinkles it in with some more attacks. Like he's pretty cool. But yeah, then we got
China-
the cross-dressing guy with
China. He uses a
yeah, his name was China or China. Yeah.
slingshot with ball bearings.
Which I would probably use it as zombie apocalypse in general.
If I could get my hands on a gun, I'd use that.
Yeah, black guy just blindfolds himself because he can't look at blood.
And he
And he
breaks. He rips zombies apart with his bare hands.
Yeah, he just fucking destroys people. Just mutilates fuckers. And, yeah, so that's that.
So they do a bunch of zombie killing jobs.
There's one other one that has a weapon with
Oh
this.
yeah, the kid. Well,
Yeah.
her Machete Guy's son has a baseball bat and a baseball. I actually hit the baseball into a zombie's face.
Yeah, what's his name again? California?
Vladi, California.
Yeah, Vladi from California. He's cool. He's my favorite character in this. He's just straight up I love baseball. He's that one character in the fight, in the fighting games that's I love baseball and just knows how to play baseball, but at the same time knows how to beat the shit out of someone with a bat. I like that kind of a character. It's fun. I like a baseball.
What is it that gives me joy?
Warren Masaki?
Baseball!
Oh, baseball. Okay. They're gonna make
But
a
I
Kill
get
Bill reference.
nowhere unless my team wins. The Untouchables. But that's not we're not talking about the mob today.
So, yeah, so they spend a month basically
They're
killing zombies.
They get caught by the military at one point.
Yeah, the military stops them at one point because
It's hey,
nobody's supposed to be out there just evacuating people out of
take
there.
off your clothes. So they do, and then they get put in the car.
Drop your weapons, take off your clothes, get in the car.
It's hey, soldier, government guy, you're not very good at doing your job. Why'd you say that? They look down the line of the people chained together, one of them is a zombie.
Yep.
And an attack starts.
Yep. And some of them die in the truck. Well, not all of them die in the truck. I think China gets bitten in the truck, though. China gets bitten in the truck. And that comes in later. He basically
turns and
they're all
It's
because they're all handcuffed to each other.
Yeah.
Juan's handcuffed to China,
but they're still. And then he turns into a zombie, and then they basically have a fight when they're chained together when he's trying to evade China's attacks, and it's basically the salsa because it's set to salsa music, and it's amazing.
He's just dancing with this zombie guy, just fucking, just doing the dips and everything.
I do have to say one thing about that.
What?
When you wake from your sleep, when you land in your sleep, when you land from your bed, and you wake from your dreams to be dancing with the dead. The Iron Maiden.
Nice,
ladies and gentlemen. Up the irons, by the way. That is all.
So he ends up tossing him over a rail, and he's hanging by his handcuffs.
Yeah, because I love the I toss you off a building. Shit. Okay.
No, he knew that like he wasn't gonna fall
but-
right away. That's why he told his friends to
There
like
was a
get
scene
something to cut the handcuffs.
Before that, when they're fighting the army of Spanish zombies,
Mhm.
it's just, hey, it could be worse. How could it be worse? The lights go out. Fuck your mother's heart.
I love that line too. That was a very good line. Oh man, there's a lot of really funny lines in this movie.
So they drop
Like, it's
Chino
really
off
good.
the building after they oil his hand out of the handcuffs.
Mm-hmm. He ends up falling off of a building, and he comes back afterwards because like they're surrounded by like a bunch of zombies. He ends up coming back afterwards. So like he's like a crawling, shambling zombie at that point.
So they go out, and so it's a month later. They're getting food and stuff.
Yeah.
Vladdy's out getting food.
Mm.
Pretty much everyone's turned, but them at this point.
Yeah, it's like a month later. Everybody's a zombie. There's like almost no normal people left on the island.
So they go out to find a bomb shelter to hide in.
Yeah.
And then the big black guy gets eaten.
Yeah, he ends up like just like taking off his
Blindfold.
His blindfold for like a couple of seconds to see like, oh hey, there's a door with a lock on it, and he just busts the door with the lock. He just busts the lock off and like opens the door. He's like, hey, I did it, and then he just gets grabbed by zombies in the building.
And he gets rendered into a fine mist.
Yeah, he gets dragged into this door, and the doors like start Juan's trying to open up the doors and he like get the black guy out of there, but like the black guy's just fucking blood hosing out the door.
It's like a Sam Raimi thing,
sort of. It's like Evil Dead, like just blood just gushing outside of this door, and Juan's just like, okay, you know what, fuck it, just closes the doors and let's get the fuck out of here.
So they go, and they're surrounded by zombies on the beach. One of them is Cheetah, who's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then a big-ass metal armored truck comes in.
Yeah.
Shoots a harpoon through a zombie into a pillar, and then drives around all of them with the best scene in the movie, where the line is like a fucking razor wire, and it just decapitates all the fucking zombies.
Yeah, they're surrounded by like at least 100 zombies, and this truck just comes in, harpoons one zombie into the fucking pole, and just spins around, just decapitating everything. Yeah, and they react like really fast. Actually, they duck down, so none of them get their heads cut off. But like every fucking zombie there just gets
And then there's a head by the car moving, and a Catholic priest comes out and stabs it with a rapier.
Yeah,
and it's like, come with me.
And this is the priest that kicks ass for the Lord.
This is the guy we call Old Pedro.
Yeah,
shout out, by the way, if you're watching, Pedro Juan.
Hi, Pedro.
You're
watching.
We're enjoying this film about your people.
Yes. So all the Cubanos get in the car,
and
even though they can't understand a word this guy's saying, they're just like, I don't know what he said, but let's get in the car.
It says something about we were with. I came here as a missionary to help your people.
Yeah, they're trying to communicate with him. None of them can speak like proper English except for Juan,
who has like high school English.
Yeah, he can speak a bit of it, but like he's not doing all that well.
And then Pedro, Juan's friend, accidentally kills old Pedro.
Yeah,
with a harpoon.
He's got his harpoon drawn and just shoots him like.
And they just smack him upside the head and get the idea of, let's build an amphibian car.
Yeah.
And they do.
Just like out of nowhere, just like, you know what? Yeah, let's get a fucking amphibious car going and let's get the fuck off this island. So they spend like a couple hours making this.
They build it, then they're back at the headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh man, were you? And so I was like, oh man, were you bitten? I think I might have been. So will you kill me when I do? Yeah, I can do that. So kill me when I do. I can't ask you. Can't ask me to do that, man. Well, I do the same for you. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I strike you mercilessly with a machete.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Okay, I'll kill you then. So
it's like in that case, sure.
What do you want before we go? I'd like to see one more sunrise. So they're in the building and they're talking and having a heart to heart. I was like, how do you want me to kill you? The machete, the oar, push you off the building? Give you some paddle action.
Yeah.
And
whack me in the head with your paddle.
And then it turns out that the guy says that he's been in love with him for the whole time.
Yeah, he's like,
you take care of this scene.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I've loved you for a really long time. I didn't know when to say it. Like, just I wanted to tell you for a really long time that I loved you, and like I really was really in love with you. And Juan's just like, really? Oh, okay. He's like, can I give you a blowjob? Just like out of nowhere, just like, can I give you a blowjob? Juan's like, whoa! Juan's like, no,
Come on,
no way.
For two reasons. One, you're my best friend, dude. Why are you trying to pull this on me now? And two, you're gonna might turn into a zombie by sunrise.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to get turned into a zombie by a dick bitten off. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's in the middle of changing, he just like gets his fucking cock bitten off by a zombie, turns into a zombie himself, and he has no dick.
And then I guess, okay, come on, just a taste. It's like, oh, fine, gets it out. And then
he's like, yeah, nobody's gonna know. It's like, might as well. He's like, okay, fine, no one's gonna know. Juan's like starts like unzipping his pants.
Guy starts
like,
laughing at him.
Yeah.
You fell for it. You are 100%. And the one I don't feel comfortable saying, man.
You want me to say it? For the purpose of quoting this movie, to quote this movie exactly, it says, ha ha ha, you're a faggot. The one time we can say faggot for now. So yeah, he calls him a faggot, and he's like, and they're like, "Oh, you motherfucker!" Like you
and
fucking,
then it's
you
sunrise.
had me going there.
So
he's
he
like,
cracks him in the head with the paddle. You see the sunrise, and he cracks him in the head with the paddle. And it's like, what the fuck, man? You hit me out!
Fucking smacks him upside the face.
And then everybody's fine. Are you? You're still alive?
Like,
are you 100% sure you were bitten? Yeah, like
30%.
God damn it! And then they get him back in the car, and then they're doing the escape thing.
Oh man. They go back at it. They do the escape. They get in the car.
And then, but you see, Juan gets distracted. He's like, guys, there's a kid. I have to save him.
Yeah.
It's a kid from the beginning who he's said, my dad's better than you. Who's your dad? He is. Points to this castle-looking motherfucker. Your dad's a sodomite. What's a sodomite? Chemical substance.
It's a chemical substance. He calls it.
And then it's this kid again, and his dad's a zombie, and Juan smashes him onto a metal pole, and the pole goes up the zombie's ass.
Oh yeah, speaking of that beginning part where he calls the guy a sodomite, there's a guy that's friends, the Juan's friend.
Oh yes,
they're just like walking by this like dice or card game or something,
and the guy owes him money.
Yeah, and there's a guy there that owes him money, so he chases him the fuck down. and like after he chases him down, like Juan just like calls the other dude that was over there also a sodomite. And then he kills he gets the zombie, puts him down on a pole, just like shoves the pole. But we get
the guy who he owed money to again in another scene.
And
he hits and he kills him with a machete.
Yeah, it happens before that. He's just like, he sees this guy, like Juan's friend's just like, oh god, there he is. Like, oh look,
no man, no, I'm sorry. Ah!
And just fucking goes to town on him with a machete.
Hey, he owed me money.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, he owed him money.
So he frees
the kid. Complete justification.
He frees the kid. Oh, we find out that the underwater is full of zombies. By the way, they were just walking around.
It's like that one scene in Pirates of the Caribbean where like all the entire crew's just underwater, like, taking a walk underwater.
Dun, dun, dun. Boom, bum, bum, bum.
Except one zombie actually manages to like swim up a little bit and gets eaten by a shark.
Yes, that was awesome.
Yeah. It's like
they're
one little zombie. Just
they drive off. They escape in the boat, but Juan's like, man, I'm a survivor.
Mm-hmm.
I survived a bunch of things. I can't remember what they said, but
like at the beginning of the movie, he says the line too. He's like, I survived.
I survived the strange period and the other thing that happened.
Yeah, a couple other things too.
I can survive this.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I'm just going to fight all these zombies. So he does, and we see this in the cool animated sequence for the credits.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, I've killed a bunch of zombies. And his friends show up, and they're all killing zombies together.
Yeah, this is like during the credits. Like he ends up just getting back. He grabs his paddle. He's got his nunchucks. He's like, you know what? Let's kill some fucking zombies. And he's like, I don't give a fuck if I'm alone. He just starts killing zombies as much as he can, and then his friends show up again, and this is all during the.
Oh, and his daughter arms herself with a ball-peen hammer and an axe.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's like they get back. It's like, oh, I hope she's okay. She's doing just fine. She's got a fucking zombies. Hammer and everything. Like, just fucking going to town on these fucking zombies.
She and Vladdy get together.
Yeah, like midway through the movie, he was telling Vladdy, he's like,
If you
It's
touch
like
her.
you're staying
You
with
touch
my
her.
daughter. You touch her. I cut your no. I shove it. I rip your balls off and I shove them up your ass. And
Don't
Yeah.
stay away from him, dear.
he has herpes. Just like herpes out of like it's like of all the things you could tell her he has herpes.
My dad told me about you. What'd you say later?
You have herpes.
Yeah, I have what?
Told me you have herpes.
So and then movies out. Then they kill.
Yeah.
they're
Oh yeah. At
fighting
the end of the
legions
movie, though, yeah,
zombies.
he tells him like that they would make it a good couple, but he better not touch her.
But touch her and
otherwise
cut your
he'll-
dick off.
Yeah.
And
Cut your
then
dick off.
movie's over. What did you think of this ride?
I personally, honestly, I thought it was a little bit too long. Like, it dragged on a little bit at some points, like, especially, like, the month going on. It was just kind of, like, a little vignette of just, like, what might happen in Cuba during a zombie apocalypse? Like, what kind of calls would they be getting? It becomes, like, sort of tedious a little bit.
Especially that, no, this isn't a hairdresser.
Yeah. it just becomes...
I mean, we didn't need the scene with the military, I don't think.
Yeah, it didn't need to
And
be
do
there.
more with the priest.
Yeah.
Because he was awesome.
Mm-hmm. He ends up just sort of dying.
And I'm sorry,
kinda sad.
one problem I have with it. Maddie, the daughter,
Yeah.
she lived in the fucking US. She should know some English.
Yeah.
You're moving to Miami. You're gonna have to... It's America. They don't take kindly... And they don't take kindly to that thing around those there parts.
Yeah, it's like you'd think that she'd know at least a little bit of English to like the point where she could like start at least a conversation, or like carry one slightly. I mean, she was there for a while, so anyway.
But anyway, what do you give this movie?
I actually found it pretty funny. It was like one of the more funny horror, like zombie comedies I've seen. Like,
I still have to say...
It's not as good as Shaun of the Dead.
And it's nowhere near as good as Dead Alive.
Yeah.
Or the Return of the Living Dead movies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good zombie
really
comedy,
funny.
but it's not quite at the apex.
Yeah, it's still worth a watch, though.
Yeah, it's fun.
I would still recommend watching it at least once, because it's still a pretty solid zombie flick. And I don't know, it just kind of drags on a little bit.
Yeah.
That's its only fault. Really,
And China's really annoying.
Yeah, and China's a pretty fucking annoying character. Like with her broken goddamn English and like just fucking, like the just complete stereotype of effeminate, cross-dressing guy. It gets a little bit old, but it's still a good movie. I still had fun watching it. It was still a pretty decent zombie film, and yeah, I recommend watching it at least once, because it still has a lot of funny fucking moments.
Oh, a
lot of funny ass moments. Just tiny little funny things happening every now and again, and just like things that make you giggle. Juan could have been a bit more of an interesting character, a little bit. Like he's just sort of like
he could have the bum.
Yeah,
really.
He lacks the charisma of like the dude.
He lacks the charisma of the dude. He lacks the charisma of Simon Pegg in Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, if he was a bit more like those two, it would have been a little bit of a better movie, and you would have been able to carry the movie a bit more.
I want to see Lebowski fighting zombies.
That would be an amazing movie.
So just to a zombie trying to buy and just backhands with this aggression will not stand, man.
It would give
John Goodman.
Yeah, John Goodman's character a reason to start talking about Vietnam. And to whip out bigger guns.
And to throw bowling balls.
Yes. Oh man.
I'd like to do that to a mugger once.
What, whip a bowling ball
Just
at him?
throw a bowling ball in his rib cage.
I wanna end up like carrying chopsticks with me.
Mm.
I wanna carry like 4 chopsticks on me and fight people like Raven in Guilty Gear. Just like fucking like poking people with chopsticks, like 2 on each hand, and just fucking.
I'd like to put a pair of big ass blades on my hands and walk back and spider crawl backwards at people, making
Like
Valdo
Valdo.
sounds.
Yes, mooing like a cow, like he does.
I love Soul Calibur.
Yes, Valdo's the best. But the thing with that versus my thing is I can actually carry around chopsticks.
True.
Whereas you'd have to watch.
I can already
do
do something from Guilty Gear.
what?
I can already punch people into the sky and then spout a haiku at them in a Sean Connery voice.
One Guilty Gear power I wish I had would be like the door teleport that the Doctor has. He should just like open up a door to wherever the fuck he wants.
I like Potemkin.
Yeah.
Bullets no hurt Potemkin. Tanks no hurt Potemkin. Love hurt Potemkin.
Oh man. So
what do you give? So your score, your actual
my
joke score,
my score.
your joke score.
for
We
this
don't do
movie?
actual scores anymore.
Never again.
No.
It was just that one time.
Yeah.
Okay. So my score for this movie, I'll give it a good 6 cross-dressers out of a potential 10 zombies at the bottom of a river.
I'm going to just quickly remind the audience of something.
What?
Ted Nelson.
Ted Nelson.
That's
Hey guys, I'm Ted Nelson. I'm Dr. Ted Steve. We're not on that anymore.
I know, but I just want to make the viewers rush to their kitchens to get booze.
Ted Nelson.
Ted Nelson. I'm gonna give this 50 zombies garroted with a single harpoon donut. Because he does a donut.
Yep.
And out of nunchucks.
So,
see you in the next video.
Ciao. Bye, guys.